Good morning, y'all. This is Coach Michelle. So I didn't get a chance to record with my voice, so I'm going to do a little voiceover real quick. Right now we're in tummy time, and I use the yoga block to help keep my neck straight. You don't have to use a yoga block. It's just really nice when you're first starting out. So right now my toes are tucked. I'm pushing my heels towards the fence, and I'm gaining length through my hamstrings and my hips. My hips are internally rotated as well, keeping my heels away all day. My arms are out to the right and left to just starting to gain length. I'm breathing through my traps. I'm breathing through my lats. Taking deep breaths in, deep breaths out, and really just allowing my body to listen. I'm really listening to my body for the inputs it wants to give it. So now we're just going to go into really just palms down, just making some adjustments here. I like to breathe in. My nose is sort of flat on the mat, and then I just lift it up just enough to make sure I'm keeping my neck straight and not crooked or like crooked at a certain angle. Just really bringing my arms, my elbows down toward my hips, breathing in through my stomach. Breathing in through my nose, breathing out through my mouth, allowing my stomach to expand, to inflate, and then to deflate, bringing my belly button toward my spine. Again, I'm keeping a slight space underneath my hip area. I'm not jamming my hips into the mat. My stomach is on the mat. And I'm really just taking my time breathing in and out, gaining length. And as I reposition, I walk my toes towards my knees to gain more length in my lower side. And then I'm walking my fingers ahead of my head to gain length in the upper part of my body. And then as I move side to side, I really am just pushing whichever side of my body. So right now, right to left, pushing that elbow towards my hip. I'm actually trying to touch my hip. And here I bring my head up just a little bit just to work on that mid-back, low back. I really just try to get my shoulders to hit the mat flat. I can't 100% get there yet. But my goal, that's one of my goals, is to really have all of my muscles and all of my body completely flat on the mat. It's a little bit hard. So I use the yoga block again just to loosen up those shoulders, get that tech neck, because I was, sitting in a chair all day, and now my feet are flat. I'm really working on lengthening the upper part of my body, my neck, the C1 through C7 there, and I also allow my arms and my body to move in the way that they need to move to feel the lengthening of the body, kind of the sides of my obliques all the way up towards the under armpit area. It starts to get tight, so then I use the log roll stretch, and I really just put my right knee slightly in front of my left, keeping my feet still internally rotated, like my big toes are always kind of connected to one another. And I just roll over, and I feel that stretch, trying to keep my right shoulder blade down on the ground as best I can. The right side of my body is down. Again, I come to tummy time, move over on the mat a little bit more so I have more space. And I just roll. You just kind of want to roll over, allow the body to feel. And every time I'm taking deep breaths as I gain length, as I pull my arm up and over, deep breath in, deep breath out. I want to gain more movement in my traps and my lats. They've been a little bit tight. So today as I move, I'm breathing in every single movement. Your breath allows more space in your ribs, in the muscles, in the joints, and really just feel your body. Breathe in, move your legs to where you need to ensure you're getting the support. I'm not trying to be strictly on my side 100% because I'm not able to get there without falling. And so I really am trying to gain. My hips can get a little bit tight, and so this really helps as I start to move and want to gain more flexibility and more mobility. Then I go into, I'm all the way flat on the mat, and I just want to do some foot presses. And I bring my hands holding like an orb type of thing, just to really get my shoulder blades, as you see here. I'm going to try to move my head a little bit so that my neck is straight and flat, trying to keep my shoulder blades on the ground. Breathing in again through my belly button, out through my belly, and then I'm breathing in like a balloon, inflate, out, deflate the belly. And I do foot presses and foot pulls. I do about 20 each here, and that really is working my calves, the areas around my knees, my joints. And then I just sort of allow my hips, I bring my knees together and push them to the one side. The opposite side is I'm keeping my neck straight still and flat on the ground, and I'm just moving my lower body, and then I'm trying to pull that shoulder blade to the ground or to the mat. And then I move my neck as I feel necessary. Your body will tell you what it needs to do. Move with it. Don't hurt it. None of this is hurting me. And I don't push my knees down to the ground on the opposite side. I just slowly guide them. And as I'm breathing through each of these movements, that's why I stay internally rotated like a baby. My feet are connected to one another. My knees are connected. I'm really moving the body. So just breathe in. Breathe out. Allow your body to just rest. So then I just go into a resting position for a couple 30 seconds here. Bring my feet together. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do about 2 minutes of breathing. 12 minutes total of movement. So it can be broken down however you feel fit. Some movement you do longer than others. But this, I'm just putting my hand on my stomach, inflating my belly, deflating it. I don't want to move my chest right now. My chest breathing is for when you're running and those type of activities. Right now, we're just working on expansion in the belly button, in the belly, getting as much air as you can, and then taking as long as you can to breathe all that air out. This really helps lung capacity, endurance when you're running. It really helps to relax the central nervous system and simply just be in the presence of where you're at. So I do this about 3 to 4 times, sometimes 5. And really you feel a calmness come over you. So breathe in, breathe out. I like to put my hands above my head. I really like to keep my feet together on these. You'll see I'll have a little more space in my low back. I'm okay with that though here. That's what my body's giving me. That's what my body's able to do. I'm really trying to gain more length in my upper body right now. And I just continue to breathe through every movement. Hands above, hands on the sides, hands on your legs. Feel like I want to be that butterfly where my legs are completely on the ground. I'm not there yet. So this takes work. So it's breathing the same way through these movements. I'm not forcing my legs down, but I am sort of pushing them slightly just to see how far they can go, keeping my feet together at the same time. Really breathing in, breathing out. The sun was beautiful, so I really was enjoying just laying here. Move your arms as needed. I like to come into praying hands sometimes above my head, keeping those mobility. Then I come into just where I'm bringing my knees to my chest now. I like to grab my feet if I can, so my hands are coming in between my knees. I grab my feet all the way up to the blades of my feet and just sort of sit here again, trying to keep my neck as straight as I can and breathing through this right now. This really opens up the digestive tract. I know it might be kind of funny, but sometimes you may allow yourself to release whatever comes out of your body. Don't be embarrassed about it. Allow your body to release just all the excess. And as you're breathing, your body's also relaxing. And then when you're putting your body in certain positions, it's going to release stress, anxiety. You may cry. I've cried in certain movements. Allow your body to be. Don't push it. This is not a pushing. This is a hearing and listening to the body. Again, just feeling. Then I come up into what I like to call a happy baby. Start with knees as close as I can. Be careful on this because if you're breathing a certain way, like if you're breathing too deeply, your stomach may get a cramp. So I've done that. So you're not breathing real deep on Happy Baby, and not until you're a little more spread out. And I don't do my deep stomach exercises here. Like this is simply working on seeing how far I can gain length in my hamstrings and then also in my low back. And it feels amazing. Happy Baby, you can do a little more deep breathing because your stomach is open to that. And I try to get my legs as far apart as I can. I try to have my knees touch my underarm pits or even go past it. And then I like to see how far I can stretch my legs and get some movement going, some blood flowing. And then I'll just do a few little leg raises, and toes go up first. And I'm really keeping everything down though. I'm not trying to tighten anything. I simply just allow my legs to move, and I do what I can. And it gets easier and easier the more you do it. Breathe again. Allow your body to slowly come up. I like to come into half lotus where I have one foot on top of my thigh, bringing that blade of my foot into the crease of my hip area there. Breathe in, keeping a straight back. And just breathe. Think about your day. You can always come in a full lotus, putting both feet on top if you choose to. Right now, I'm good with the half lotus. Eyes closed, breathing deeply. Get out in the sun, get some vitamin D. Be at peace with your body. Be blessed, y'all.